Today I'm going to remove the front wheel from an FZR600 motorcycle. The tools I'm going to use are a couple of wooden blocks, a jack, an Allen wrench, and some wrenches. The first thing I need to do is loosen this pinch bolt on the right lower fork. To do this, I'm going to use a 6mm Allen wrench. And next I need to loosen this axle bolt. The axle bolt is a 17mm size. Next I'm going to remove the brake calipers to get them out of the way. I'll start by removing this hose guide. It's an 8mm wrench. Once this hose is free, I will remove the bolts that secure the caliper to the fork. It's a 12mm wrench. Busted knuckles. And I'm going to push on the caliper right here so that the brake pads are spread apart. Just kind of push and wiggle it. That way it'll be easier to reinstall it later. I don't want to pull it off of the rotor until it feels nice and loose. There we go. And then I'm going to tie the caliper up out of the way. And I will repeat the process on the other side. I've removed both of the brake calipers and they are now out of the way, so the next step is to raise the front wheel. Because this bike is already partially disassembled, it's easy for me to find a point to raise the motorcycle, to jack it from. I'm going to just go right underneath the engine case here. On your bike you may have to remove a fairing to access a good jacking location. Just make sure that wherever you lift, it's a secure spot. It's not anything plastic or anything that's not secure. So what I'm going to do first is place a block of wood under the kickstand. And this is just so that as I raise this right side, the bike lifts more in a straight line rather than off to the left. Next I will just use my trusty floor jack and a block of wood to raise the wheel up. Now that the wheel is off the ground, I can remove the axle bolt. As you remove this bolt, make sure to catch the spacers on each side of the wheel. There's a spacer here and the speedometer gear over here that will fall out when you take the axle out. I don't like to keep the weight of the motorcycle on the hydraulic jack for any longer than necessary, so what I usually do if I'm going to have the wheel out for any length of time is I have a old 4x12 scrap of wood that I drilled a 5/8 inch hole through, and I can lower the motorcycle down on that to take the pressure off of the jack, and that's quite a bit safer than just having your motorcycle precariously balanced on the jack and the kickstand. And that's how you remove the front wheel from an FZR600 with only minimal injuries. Thanks for watching.